Hello everyone, my name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be my first video. I am a reseller. I just recently started full-time about a month and a half ago, and my sales after I took that leap have seemed to skyrocket a little bit. So what I'm going to be doing in these videos is kind of showing you that if you're interested in reselling and want to dive into this as a full-time thing, or even as like a part-time thing to get extra money to be able to do the things that you want to do, hopefully this will help you get a better understanding of that. So the channel is going to be called Out Thrifting for a Living. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off learning YouTube by showing you or making videos that I enjoy. I enjoy seeing what sold videos, so that's what I'm going to start with. And as I get more experience and as I get better, maybe that content will adjust and we can show the sourcing side and just have conversations if that's what you guys are looking for. But I just want to start off by going over what sold this weekend. This weekend was actually the best sales weekend that I have had. We sold, let me see, 25 items for over $600 from Friday to this morning. So let's just get into it. The first sale that I had was this Konami Wii, PlayStation, and Xbox microphone. It works with games like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and things like that. It sold for $10.79 free shipping, and that's something that I have been doing. I have been doing free shipping for a while now, and it seems to be working well for me and my business model. So usually I sell small things, so the shipping doesn't really affect the profit margin too much, and it actually, in my experience, seems to move more common things quickly. So as you're going to see with the other things that I'm about to show you, is I focus mostly on media like video games, DVDs, things like that, books, some toys, but yeah, as we go through, you'll see that. The next thing that sold was this vintage golden book. The older, the better. I actually picked this up at an estate sale with a huge lot of other children's books, and this sold for $8. I might not I may have 50 cents into that. Same with this microphone. The best thing is to try to get the inventory as low as possible. I know that's probably common sense, but the lower you get the inventory or the item, the more profit margin you're going to have. Next thing is this NBA Live 2019. It's still sealed, PlayStation 4. It's not in the best condition. There's rips in the seal, and the disc is loose inside, but as long as you annotate that in the description, people are still gonna buy it. And even sports titles for older systems seem to sell well. So this one actually sold for $24.99. So it's pretty good. And I actually bought this in another lot of video games that I bought locally here. I might have $1 or so into this one, but $24.99 for an older sports video game. The next thing is this Skylanders figures. So Skylanders don't do as well. They aren't as sought after, and there's tons of them out there. That's probably one of the reasons why it isn't as profitable as most. But again, I got this really cheap, and I was able to sell it for $809. This figure right here, and that's about, after doing the research, that's about how much you'll get for most of them. Obviously, every category has their really rare figures, so you just need to keep an eye out for that. But I was able to get $809 for that, and it shouldn't cost more than $4 to ship this one out. Another game that I sold, another older game, a PlayStation 3 game. This one is sealed as well, kind of in the same condition. It was in that same lot I was speaking about previously, so I may have $1 into this one. It's sold for $14.89. So Wolfenstein: The New Order for PlayStation 3, $14.89 for that one. Next, we have our first DVD sale. So this one isn't new. This is actually a used DVD. And like I said, I focus mainly on media. So I enjoy going to thrift stores and yard sales and looking for media, because there's so much of it out there, and there's so many people that just overlook them because they're the streaming services nowadays. So you always want to keep an eye out for media, because there's tons of it, and you can definitely make some good money sourcing media. This one sold for $11.77, and with media mail shipping, this will at the most be $4.13 to ship out. So The Last Don is a complete miniseries, so if you see this one out there for cheap, consider picking it up. Next, we have, it's kind of a random DVD. I was surprised when I scanned this one at the Goodwill. I think it was $2 at the Goodwill, but I scanned it and I was very surprised at the comps that I got. This one actually sold for $26.21. It's called Leads and Lead Changes by Clinton Anders. So it's just a DVD about horsemanship. So like I said, DVDs and media are good sellers, and you're able to make a lot of money if you're actually out there looking for the right ones. Next, we have an international sale. It is an old McDonald's toy, a Happy Meal toy from 1990. Some of you might know about these or have seen these when you were younger. It's the Grimace. He's actually going international. I'm not sure what country, but sold him for $10.79. I got him at a yard sale in a box full of old McDonald's toys and little vintage toys, and I think it was $5 for probably a box of 50 or so figures. So that one pays for all the rest. So everything else that I sell from there will be profit. Next thing, we have a newer game, a Switch game, and these tend to fly off the shelf. So no matter what game you have, with the newer generation of consoles out there, they seem to fly off the shelves, especially if you have them priced competitively. This is more of a common game, so I just wanted to move it in. It has some water damage, and again, I annotated that in the description. I actually sold that for $26.99. And I got this from another local pickup, and I think I may have $5 into that. So I was able to turn $5 into $26.99. Now this is the biggest sale of the weekend. We paid up a little bit for this one, and it might surprise some of you, but we have a Taylor Swift doll. Now, it seems like anything Taylor Swift nowadays seems to be an outrageous price, so always keep an eye out for that. But I didn't even know that there was Taylor Swift dolls out there, but when I saw the comps on this, I was definitely ready to buy it, especially for what we sold it for. We actually sold this for $269.99. We bought a collection from a local person in our area, and we paid up. We paid about $500 for 5 dolls, and this is the first one to sell, and we're well halfway there of paying back that initial investment, and we still have 4 more to sell. This sold in about a week, so hopefully we sell those other 4 and get those out of here soon. Taylor Swift, anything Taylor Swift, keep an eye out for. It's always worth looking up. Next thing is a Matchbox car from 2005. This is a F-150 Lightning white wheels. This was actually in an estate sale that we bought. Same as the book, the vintage book that I showed you earlier. So we may have 50 cents into this. This is going out for $10.79. Next, another piece of media. Sorry, I have to reach over here. But we have another piece of media. It is a book. It's called Spotting Danger Before It Spots Your Kids. Random title. I'm not sure what it is, and I don't really look into what these books are, but the weirder the title, or the more specific the title, the better the book seems to do. That's what people are looking for. People are also looking for common things, but you're not going to get that much money from the more common titles. So it's always worth scanning when you're out there at thrift stores and yard sales. You never know what you're going to find and what's going to be worth good money. So always scan. Next, we have a lot of National Geographic movies. I believe all of these are sealed. Yes, all of these are sealed, but just not the outer packaging. So I annotated that. And this one actually sat for a little bit. I was surprised. I thought it was going to move a little faster, but I picked this up at the Goodwill for $3 to $4, and it sold for $20. So 3 into 20 is still good, and this will ship media mail. So again, not very much to send it out. What do we have? Next, we have a CD. So most of the CDs and DVDs I source are for Amazon. I also do Amazon, but the ones that I'm gated on or restricted on, I sell on eBay. Like I said, because the shipping is so cheap, and some of the titles are pretty rare, and there's not many out there. This one is Dancing on the Ceiling. I sold that for $8.93. I may have 50 cents to $1 into that. Next, we have a Vera Bradley pink duffel bag. We actually sourced this past weekend, so it took less than a week to sell. We picked it up for, I believe, $5 at a yard sale, and it sold for $27.99. So not all bags are good. You have to scan and look up all sorts of things before you start to build that wealth of knowledge to know what is good and what to keep an eye out for. But until you get that, you have to look up anything that's interesting to you, and sometimes stuff that's not interesting to you, just so that you can start gaining that knowledge and be able to work through sales and or yard sales and estate sales more quickly. Next, we have a DVD set. It's called The Rapture Revelation by Perry Stone. It's got 5 DVDs in here. I picked this up at a garage sale / estate sale. It wasn't like a normal estate sale, but he had very reasonable prices, so I ended up picking up a lot of Bibles and Christian material like DVDs there. So I may have $1 into this one It actually sold for $26.54. And I think I sold this actually in a little over a week, so this one moved pretty fast. Next we have a disc-only video game. So this one, a lot of people might be asking, why are you selling disc-based video games for so cheap? So this is Far Cry 3 on Xbox 360. So for $620. I do this because these games, I have so many of them, and it's hard to move the more common and cheaper games, especially disc only. So while I may not make very much off of it, I think I'll profit maybe $1. It only takes a minute or so to list them. So if you make $1 off of each disc that you have, and you can do 30 to 45 in an hour, you just times that $1, you make $30 to $45 an hour, which is a very good rate to me. I know everybody's formula for listing is different, but listing these cheap games are worth it for me. Next, we have a WWE figure. This is Kane, and it's a 2011 Mattel. I picked this up from Facebook Marketplace. There was a listing for, I believe, 20 or 30 figures, and it was only $30. So I jumped on it really fast, and it was a very good purchase. This one sold in about 3 to 4 weeks, but there's been other figures from that lot, that deal that I've already sold, that sold much faster and for more. This one actually sold for $19.79. So 30 figures for about 20 to 30 figures for about $30. So I have about $1 in them, and I'm was able to sell them for $19.79. Next we have another DVD, a Blu-ray. This is The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. Again, this one sold for $6.83. So I'll make about $1, maybe $2 off of that. That came in a lot of DVDs that I bought earlier this last summer. I bought a local guy. I paid a local guy $300 for 1,000 new sealed DVDs. And that one wasn't in the best condition. The seal has some rips and stuff. As long as you put that in the description and the photos are good, people are still willing to buy it, just obviously at a lower amount. That's one of the ones I wasn't able to send in because of the condition to Amazon, and I listed it on eBay and took a couple minutes and was able to make a couple of dollars off of that. Next, we have a lot of 18 buttons or 17 buttons. These are all American Girl dolls, which is another category or another thing that you should keep an eye on. American Girl, especially the vintage dolls and accessories, go for very good money, and these were no exception. This was actually a part of my wife's childhood collection, so we don't have anything into these. 17 buttons sold in about 1 or 2 months. That one actually was there for a little bit, but we sold it for $18. Next is another vintage book, child book. It's The Call of the Wild. This was from the same estate sale where I got the other golden book. This one is going out for $9.89. So keep an eye out for vintage books. Vintage children's books seem to be doing well as well. We have another car, another Matchbox. This one is a treasure bonus prize, and it's a red Ford Mustang GT. This one sold for $8.54, and like I said, we may have 50 cents into that from the estate sale from which I was talking about earlier. Next we have a lot of 3 Fisher-Price Loving Family Dollhouse figures. So we bought a lot, maybe early spring or summer of last year, and we parted out it was with the dollhouse and many different like figures and furniture from the dollhouse, and we ended up parting them out into 10 to 20 listings. I think we had $50 into everything, but since we bought it, these are some of the last ones to actually sell. This one sold for $30, $29.99. We have a couple more to go over. It's a couple more DVDs. So we have All of My Heart in Love, I guess. It's a Hallmark movie. This one sold for $7.63, and I should make about $1 to $2 profit on that, especially since that buy has already been paid for multiple times over. That's part of the $1,000 DVD buy that I bought last summer. We're well into the profit, and this stuff is just what's selling. I actually listed this a couple of months ago, so that's the thing with books and media. If you have the storage space, it's really worth it. They can pile up the more that you list, but I feel like they're like no-brainers, and they'll eventually sell. All of the media that I have, sometimes it takes a little longer, but they all sell. And the last one I'm going to show you, this is Slumdog Millionaire. And this is probably the lowest sale that I had this. Yeah, it is. It's sold for $5.68, so I'll probably make 75 cents to $1. And again, it takes minutes to list that, and if you multiply that by 20 or 30 DVDs that you can list in an hour, some people can do it faster, but as long as you multiply the profit over that hour, it's worth it. So I'm going to continue to do that and list the lower end DVDs. But that's it for the sales for this weekend. 25 sales for over $600, and I should make profit probably $300 to $400 after fees and shipping. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're able to gain some knowledge into what other types of things to source, and just know that as I get more experience with YouTube, the content could change, but I'm going to focus on doing things that I enjoy. So what sold videos are going to be it for the foreseeable future. And the quality of videos will get better as I learn, just like anything. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you.